Hello everyone and welcome back once again for the second half of this doubleheader between the USC Aiken Pacers and the North Georgia Nighthawks. This round going to be the men in action. Saw the Nighthawks pick up the victory in the women's match. Pacers looking to change their fortunes in this game. Pacers coming into this matchup 6-3 on the season with a 3-3 record in conference play. Meanwhile, the Nighthawks suffering a little bit so far this season, 3-8 with a one, or excuse me, no, that's the it's the wrong stat sheet. But the men, I believe the men for the Nighthawks 4-7 on this season. Let me find my official stat sheet here. Yes, 4-7 on the season, 1-3 in conference play. The tip-off coming shortly here. Jordan Phillips alongside Kristen Lowry as the Pacers win the tip-off. Donnell Dean will have it for the Pacers. Gets it over to Terry. Terry back to Bolton.
Marcus Terry, who's been on fire for the past few games. Let's see if he can keep that streak running.
Absolutely. He's been a player that we've been watching all season. And Donnell Dean with an amazing touch there off the backboard to knock down the first points of the match for the Pacers. And Shimunga has it for the Nighthawks. Gets it over to Fuzak. Pulling up off the mark, Dean with the rebound off that miss from Shaquan Cantrell. So Dean has it driving in. And another shot from Dean knocked down.
Dean just not scared of his defenders today at all.
Absolutely, he's going in, getting that contact, pinballing off defenders, making those easy lay-ins. And a travel that time on Shimunga. So Brock inbounds to Dean. Over to Terry. Terry back to Dean. Gets down low to Rob Hill, who drives in off the mark and rebounded. That one goes to Smith. And Smith off the mark. I'm going to say he maintained possession, and knocking it down was Fuzak.
And just like that, UNG back in the game.
Absolutely. So Bolton with it. Driving around, gets it down low to Hill. Hill off the backboard. Nice and easy so far. The Pacers not doing anything too flashy, just making good passes and getting those high percentage shots down low. And Shimunga gets it back to Smith. Smith over to Cantrell, and that's going to be a travel on Cantrell.
That's his second one.
It is. So Faison Brock will inbound now for the Pacers. Now Bolton has it, guarded by Shimunga. Pick from Hill. Incoming Bolton gets it down to Hill, off the backboard, off the mark, and rebounded by Fuzak. Fuzak gets it down to Cantrell, who loses control, and it's going back the Pacers' way. Donnell Dean doing a great job of getting his hand out of the way of that one.
Yeah, Cantrell having a really hard time handling the ball today so far.
So Dean driving in. Does a good job drawing contact, and that should be a shooting foul. He'll head to the line for two. Let's say that one was on yeah, that one was on Shimunga.
Going to the line to shoot two for the Pacers is Donnell Dean.
And Dean sinks the first of his free throw opportunities. Colin Cotter comes onto the floor for the Nighthawks. And Dean 2 for 2 so far. Cotter brings it up. Gets it to Cantrell. Cantrell over to Smith. Excuse me, Fuzak. Olatunji with it down low. Cotter able to get to it. And Rob Hill with some good defense there, but able to get the rebound is Cantrell. And it's going to remain Nighthawk ball off the out of bounds. Oh no, they'll say shot clock violation before the rebound went out of bounds.
I mean, what a great defensive job so far by the Pacers.
Yeah, they're doing a good job limiting those offensive looks from the Nighthawks. So face on, Brock has it, gets it back to Dean, who kicks it to Hill, and back over to Terry immediately. Faster than I can keep up with. Bolton has it now. Back to Terry, who's thought about pulling up from three, steps inside a little bit, gets it down low to Hill. Now Brock driving in. Beautiful job by face-on Brock, finishing through tough defense. Excellent lay-in that time by Brock. Pacers firing on all cylinders to start things off here. Cusack has it, and he gets it over to Smith. Pick there from Cantrell, Olatunji, who passes it off to Cantrell. Off the mark, rebound there. And it's going to remain Nighthawk ball.
Substituting in number 42, Rod Watson.
So number 14, Tyler Dominy, and number 42, Karad Watson come on for the Nighthawks. Cotter will inbound. Cotter inbounds to Watson. He gets it right back to Cotter. Cotter losing his control of the ball a little bit. Shot clock goes off, but Cotter able to knock it down before that happens. So Dean has it off some pressure from Cotter. Gets it to Brock. Brock drives in, kicks it out to Robert Hill, who gets it back to Marcus Terry immediately. Tough defense on Terry. Over to Brock, who's got her guarded by Dominy. Nice job by Brock to maintain, by Bolton to maintain possession. And a great job by Brock to follow the shot, get the rebound. But finally, it will end up in the hands of Karad Watson for the Nighthawks. Evo Smith with it. Pulling up is Cantrell, off the mark, rebounded by Dean. Dean drives in. And that's going to be a foul on Dean. He'll head to the line for two more.
The foul is on number 23, Shaquan Cantrell. That's his first, that's the team's second. Before we go to the charity strike.
And that's going to be a full media timeout, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back with the start of the action. Welcome back, everyone. Pacer basketball brought to you today by Aiken Flooring. You can stand on us. Jordan Phillips alongside Kristen Lowry calling the action. Donnell Dean at the line for the Pacers. Off the mark for the first time today. From the free throw line, he's 2 for 3. And he'll sink the fourth shot of his for the day. 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. Inbound pass from Dominy gets over to Cantrell, who goes back to Cotter. Cotter directing traffic. Looks to Smith, but he's guarded well by Terry. Cotter driving in, gets it out to He got it out to Watson, but his foot was out of bounds, unbeknownst to him. Long inbound pass to Henry Bolton. Bolton slowing things down while Dean makes his way up, gets it over to Faison Brock, back to Bolton. Now to Dean once more. Dean drives in. Takes a shot off the mark, gets his own rebound, and puts it right back in.
And that right there just shows you how crucial it is to get your own rebound, which is what we saw struggling with the women's game before this one.
Absolutely. Beautiful job by Donnell Dean to follow his own shot there. Watson in deep. Great job by Faison Brock and Rob Hill to double team him there to prevent that shot from going in.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Rob is just such a presence under the goal. It's so hard to get through him.
Absolutely. I mean, he's such a force on the defensive side of things. Great rebounder. And Marcus Terry for three now, off the mark. That time, Bolton there to get the rebound. Henry driving in, gets around his defender, off the beautiful finger roll from Henry Bolton.
Yeah, you just really can't ask for a better shot than that.
Yeah, that's a great job to finish through the contact once again. 15-5 now your score in favor of the Pacers. Sort of a polar opposite start for the men as it was to the women. And that's going to be a foul. It's called on Tyler Dominy, so it will be Pacer ball now.
Checking in gamer number 32, 21, and 12. That's Quincy Poitier. And Fuzak. And Ephraim Shamunga.
See Darius Bell on the floor now for the Pacers, the freshman getting some looks. So Brock getting it to Bolton through some contact there. Donnell Dean with it. Brock to Terry, but once again, Pacers getting tangled up with each other off the defense from the Nighthawks, but Terry with a beautiful floating lay-in for his first points of the game. Not a lay-in, but a short jumper, rather. Tight defense from Dean. Dominy puts it up off the mark, rebounded by Bolton, fell right into his lap there. Pacers moving the ball quick, gets it down to Terry, almost lost control, but maintains it, pulls up from the free throw line, off the mark, and rebounded by Shamunga. And Shamunga bouncing off a couple of defenders there, but off the mark, he'll head to the line for two.
That's his first. It's the team's first. Going to the line to shoot two. Ephraim Shamunga.
So Shamunga knocks down the first of two here. And Ballinger comes on now for Donnell Dean. Ballinger, a big defensive presence for the Pacers.
Yeah, absolutely. He, as Chip said earlier this week, he said that Paris Ballinger just sticks people like a gnat does.
Absolutely.
And I totally agree. I thoroughly enjoy watching him play defense.
Yeah, his defense is incredible. Brock going down there, but he's back up and ready to play. It'll be Pacer ball. Yeah, that's a good analogy there, the gnat analogy. I mean, it sounds like an insult, but it's really not. He's just such a pesky defender. No. He sticks to you like
glue.
Yeah, like glue, exactly.
Absolutely.
Such a tight defender, and it can really get in your head, that kind of defense. I mean, he's right in your face. He claps his hands a lot. He's just it's a really aggravating way to play defense for an offensive player. It can really change your game a lot. Ballinger from the three-point line in the corner, off the mark, rebounded by Dominy. Now there's some tight defense from Faison Brock. Ballinger, great defense there by Ballinger and Bell, and rebounded by Brock. But they're going to say it went off his foot.
The foul is on number 32.
Oh no, apparently the ref just decided to take a kick there, but it'll be a foul on number 32. That's on Bennett Fuzak. So Ballinger has it. And Quincy Poitier kind of employing that similar tactic on Ballinger, kind of giving him a taste of his own medicine as we see Milinkovic have it. Terry got through his hands a little bit, but able to corral it before it headed out of bounds. Back to Marcus Terry, who pulls up from three, off the mark, and rebounded by Poitier. From the corner, Tyler Dominy off the mark and rebounded by Milenkovic.
Fouls on number 32.
That's another foul on Fusak. Fusak with 2 fouls already. We'll probably see him head to the bench for a little while, but we're going to have a media timeout, so we'll take a break and be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Pacer basketball presented today by the Concierge Team, a real estate boutique. For all your real estate needs, contact Mike Stake and the Concierge Team. We'll see Ballinger bringing it up, gets it over to Faison Brock. Now Marcus Terry has it. Back over to Ballinger. Ballinger directing traffic to Nenad Milenkovic. Back over to Terry. Terry calls for the pick, he gets it. Ballinger driving in. Nice move, but just couldn't get it, the shot to fall, but Milenkovic is there for the rebound. Now Brock has it, gets it over to Milenkovic. Deep 3 from Milenkovic, off the mark, and rebounded by Cantrell. He loses the ball, and Milenkovic is there to scoop it up. Gets it back to Terry, and now back in the hands of the guard, Paris Ballinger. Nice pass there behind the back. Brock with it, gets it to Darius Bell, and that's going to be a foul on Tyler Dominy.
The foul was on number 21,
or excuse me, that's going to go against Shimunga, his second foul of the game.
Discussing earlier this week, we were talking a lot about Darius Bell and how, you know, he's a freshman, I believe, correct? And
yes,
he hasn't gotten like as much time as, you know, some of the upperclassmen have on the court. But really, what keeps him in is his level of defense. You know, offensively, I don't think he's like, you know, all the way there yet. But defensively, he is a great player for the Pacers.
Yeah, he's got a lot of height, really long arms. He's a good rebounder out there for the Pacers, and that's a force they're going to want to see develop as he gets older.
And I believe they called that
The foul was on the Pacers, number 14.
an offensive foul. I mean, a defensive foul there.
Yeah, they're going to say that was a blocking foul. Bell wasn't quite able to get his feet set on that one.
Substitutes are number 10 for the Nighthawks, Colin Cotter. And on the floor for the Pacers, number 24, Robert Hill.
So Dominy off the mark, rebounded by Rob Hill, getting up to make that rebound. There's Big Rob once again showing off those hops. That 6'10" frame he's got. Milenkovic from the corner, off the mark once again. Brock tried to get up there, but Dominy was in front. And Brock,
The foul was on the Pacers,
a little bit of an unnecessary foul there. It came down on Dominy's arm with his. So that'll be a foul on Brock, his first. Cotter has the ball. Ballinger good with that defense there, that defensive pressure. Tried to draw the foul there off of Cantrell, but no dice. And rebounded by Ballinger that time. Cotter reaching in there.
The foul was on number 10. Cotter, that's his first, it's the team's 8. Checking the lineup.
So Ballinger will head to the line as the Nighthawks are now in the bonus halfway through this first period. and sinking that shot, so he'll get a second. And he'll knock down the second. Now Donnell Dean will come back onto the court. He'll relieve Paris Ballinger. Dean already with 9 points in this match. Doing a great job offensively. So Cotter has it once again for the Nighthawks. Gets it down low. Beautiful pass inside to Lanre Olatunji, who hangs onto the rim after a big slam. So Austin Grimes with it. Gets it to Bolton. Pulls up from 3 off the mark. Tackberry trying to get to it, but unable to make the rebound. Dominy has it. Smothered there by Grimes and Dean. And the pressure gets to him, and it's going to go out, and it will be Pacer ball. Great defense that time from the Pacers. Saw Grimes and Dean smothering Tyler Dominy, and he lost the ball trying to get it over to I believe, Olatunji, and it went out of bounds off of his fingertips. So Bolton getting it back over to Dean. Pick there from Hill. Dean goes the opposite way of it. Wide open 3 for Austin Grimes off the front of the rim, but Tackberry is there trying to fight for the rebound. It's going to be I believe it's going to be Pacer ball. They're going to call that a foul on Tackberry, but we got a full media timeout, so we'll take a break and we'll be right back when the first half resumes. And welcome back, everyone. Action today presented by Willie Jules Barbecue. Henry Bolton with it. Driving inside, making a nice move off the mark with his shot and rebounded by Cotter. Cotter driving in, met by Bolton and Dean. He'll get the ball over to Smith. Back to Dominy. Back over to Smith now, who's guarded by Dean. Now up to Cantrell, who's guarded by Tackberry. He's driving in. Off the mark, rebound by Tackberry. Good job to get up.
Yeah, great defense right there by Kyle Tackberry.
Yeah, much shorter player did a good job to get up and get that rebound. Donnell Dean driving in, and he's going to be fouled. Oh, no, they're going to say he was traveling. They're going to say it was a travel before he took the shot. So Cotter has the ball. He'll be defended by Donnell Dean. Olatunji with it. Gets it back over to Dean. Or excuse me, over to Cotter, who's guarded by Grimes now. Up to Smith, back to Dominy. Dominy driving around. Nice job by Grimes to take that one away, and he's immediately brick-walled by Olatunji, but he's able to get around. Donnell Dean for 3. Oh,
in
man.
and out.
In and out, but another rebound for Tackberry, and he'll put it back up, and he'll knock it down. And the crowd goes wild for Kyle Tackberry. I think that's the loudest I've heard them all day.
Yeah, absolutely. This crowd getting a little pumped up in here.
Yeah, the crowd likes Kyle Tackberry. And so Bolton defending. Tackberry applying some pressure on Smith, gets around Smith, but Kyle Tackberry again the rebound.
Just having a day.
I gotta say, the little guy's getting up there and getting these rebounds today. He's putting Big Rob to shame. We might have to put him at the 5 next game, see what happens. Donnell Dean driving it, gets it to Rob. Off the backboard, beautiful job. I don't know if Tackleberry can make that look that easy. Falling asleep on defense a little bit there, but making the foul. Yeah, kind of hanging onto the back there of Evo Smith. So he'll head to the line.
30, Kyle Tackleberry. That's his first. It's the team's 4th. And we've reached the under 8-minute media timeout on the floor.
So we're going to have another media timeout, and we'll be right back when the action resumes. And welcome back, everyone. Pacer basketball sponsored today by Tyler's Tire and Auto Center. All your automotive needs, be sure to go see Tyler's Tire and Auto Center on Whiskey Road. Evo Smith at the line for the Nighthawks after a pretty rough foul from Kyle Tackleberry. He'll head to the bench now. And sinking the first one is Smith. And Rob Hill going up for the rebound, unable to get to it, just scraping off of his fingertips. With it now is Poitier, and he gets it over off the mark and out of bounds. That one was off of Bennett Fusak. Austin Grimes will be on inbound duty, directing traffic. Got to get it out soon. Gets it out to Henry Bolton.
Yeah, the clock was definitely ticking down on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Good job by Bolton to cut back in and get the ball. So Donnell Dean has it. Back to Bolton. Bolton gets it inside. Tried to at least to Rob Hill, but taken away by Cotter, who read it the whole time. Cotter driving in. Off some contact, and he'll head to the line.
The foul was on the Pacers, number 20, Henry Bolton. That's his first, it's the team's 5th, and going to the line to shoot 2 is Colin Cotter.
I believe this is Cotter's first visit to the line.
I believe you're correct. He'll sink his first attempt of the day. After double checking our stat sheet, you were correct. She's on it today, folks.
Very rare that I'm on it, actually. Usually wrong.
And Cotter knocks down 2 of 2. So Grimes on the inbound to Donnell Dean. So Hill has it, gets it over to Marcus Terry. Back to Bolton. Bolton driving in, makes a nice move, but just couldn't quite nail the shot down. Beautiful spin move there by Henry Bolton, though. Excellent defense from Dean, preventing Poitier from getting the shot that he might have wanted.
Absolutely. I don't know if you saw, but Rob Hill just threw a huge pick.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or block or whatever people call it these days. I'm at a loss for words at the current moment.
It's a pick if it's legal. If it's not, it's a block.
Okay, well, it was definitely a pick, and that guy hit him and bounced off like a wall. He almost got whiplash, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I was about to say.
I don't know if anybody saw that, but that was a huge play there to allow the Pacers to take a shot.
Yeah, you know, Rob Hill's a big guy. You know, I mean, running into him cannot be fun, especially if you're full speed and he's stationary. I mean, that's got to be, like you said, running into a brick wall, like maybe like an oak tree.
Yeah, Smith ran right into him. His head went back. That's how hard he hit him.
Yeah, that's not surprising. Rob Hill built like a brick house. But Rob Hill will head to the line to shoot too. Or shoot, it'll be a 1-and-1 situation, so he'll have to make this first one. And he'll sink the first, so he'll get another opportunity. 5 points in this game for Rob Hill already. And off the mark on the second one. Wow, Poitier really getting up for that rebound.
Almost hit his head on the rim.
Over to Fuzak. Fuzak drives in. Gets it down low to Cantrell. Cantrell guarded by Hill. Gets it inside to Fuzak again. And he'll knock it down. And they're going to call Marcus Terry for the shooting foul.
Basket was good. Foul is on the Pacers, number 0, Marcus Terry. That's his first in the team's 6th. And Fuzak will go to the line for the 3-point play. Substituting in for the Pacers is number 14, Darius Bell.
And knocking down the 3-point play opportunity is Fuzak, so 24-15 now the score. Donnell Dean has it. Dribbling around, gets it to Bolton. Back to Bolton, who pulls up from 3. Off the mark just by an inch. Getting it down low to Bolton, who's there to defend. Kicks it to the corner to Fuzak, and off the mark.
Fuzak's shots have been fairly off this whole game, but he's pretty good at drawing the fouls.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to call that foul, as you mentioned, on Fuzak. Off the mark on the first shot. Sink the second. We get one more opportunity since that was a 3-point shot. And he knocks down the third. So 2 for 3 that time. Ballinger with it, gets it over to Faison Brock off some tough defense from Poitier. Now Marcus Terry has it. Back to Ballinger, who gets it back to Bolton. Bolton driving in, back to Terry, pulls up from 3, off the mark, rebounded by Fuzak. Shimunga getting it to Cantrell, gets it to Smith. Smith, a beautiful move to get his own rebound. Now he's wrestling with it with Bell. Jump ball, and that is going to go to the Nighthawks. And that's going to be a foul. They're going to call that one on Ballinger.
Harris Ballinger is first. It's the team's 8th at the line, shooting 2, Ephraim Shimunga.
And knocking down the first of 2 is Shimunga. North Georgia slowly battling back into this match. Pacers are going to have to really nail things down here, get back to the way things were in the first 5 to 10 minutes of this half.
Yeah, absolutely. They've strung a few shots together, made the free throws when necessary, so they are getting back into this game.
And sinking 2 of 2.
Number 10 for the Nighthawks, Colin Carter, and number 24 Pacers, Robert Hill.
Inbounded by Brock. It's Paris Ballinger.
He'll send it up the court to Bolton. Ballinger gets it back to Terry. Terry over to Brock. Terry for three. Off the mark. Rebounded by Rob Hill, who puts it back up and knocks it down.
And that right there is what Robert Hill is best at, you know, rebounding the ball for the Pacers and throwing it back up there.
Absolutely. Those putbacks are a specialty of Big Rob's. He's a well-known rebounder. Almost got that one, but Faison Brock will get the credit on that one. Brock tripped up, but able to get it to Henry Bolton. Over to the corner for Marcus Terry. Terry pulling up off the front of the rim, but a nice another putback. That time Big Rob just tipping it in. I don't think he quite meant to do that. I think he was going for the rebound, but he'll sure take it.
Hey, whatever works. It doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to happen.
Absolutely, and that's a full media timeout, so we'll take a break, and we'll be right back in just a moment. And welcome back, everyone. Pacers leading the Nighthawks of North Georgia 30-21 here. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Dominy with it, gets it back over to Cotter. Cotter driving in.
I think that was just caught on a charge.
I believe they're going to say it was a shooting foul.
Uzak's,
yeah. I say Brock somehow, likely a blocking foul.
Oh, there we go.
So Uzak will head to the line. Uzak knocks down the first.
Coming to the court for the Pacers is number 1, Austin Grimes.
Off the mark and rebounded by Grimes. Grimes a little physical on that rebound, knocking down Paris Ballinger. But Ballinger has the ball now, gets it back to Grimes, who gets it to Henry Bolton. Bolton driving in, drawing attention. Marcus Terry now with it. Back to Ballinger. Deep three from Ballinger, who knocks it down.
Great shot by Paris Ballinger.
That's about a 35-foot three-pointer there for Ballinger. Huge three-pointer. Ballinger guarding Dominy. A hand in the face from Rob Hill doesn't hurt things. Henry Bolton has it now. Back to Grimes. Grimes gets it to Terry from the corner. Off the mark. So Uzak has it. And Hill defending that time, but unable to contain Cantrell. He just carved his way to the basket. Hill did everything defensively he could do short of fouling him and just wasn't able to knock that shot down from Cantrell. Ballinger with it again. Back to Bolton. Now to Terry. Terry to Grimes, who's going to drive in, and they're going to call it traveling on Austin Grimes. So Domini inbounds to Cotter. Now we see Paris Ballinger down low with the defense, that press defense. See that rough defense there. Cantrell with it, defended by Hill. Good defense from Rob Hill, and finally Austin Grimes comes down with it. Gets it to Bolton. That's going to be a blocking foul.
The foul is on number 23, Shaquan Cantrell. That's his second, it's the team's 10th. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be Henry Bolton.
A lot of discourse going on between Coach Chris Faulkner and the referees. And Bolton knocks down the first free throw.
For Pacers, number 14, Darius Bell.
And 2 for 2 is Henry Bolton that time. And 2 for 2 on the day as a whole.
1 minute left in the half. 1 minute.
Got 1 minute left in the half. Nighthawks looking to string together some offense here to close things out. Domini with it, driving in. Takes the shot. Don't think he was looking to take that shot. I thought he was trying to pass it out, but he finishes strong either way. Inbound, long pass to Henry Bolton. Henry Bolton gets it to Ballinger. Marcus Terry driving in. Out to Bolton. Thought about pulling up from 3. Thinks better of it. And another foul. Another blocking foul. That one going against Smith.
24, Evo Smith. His first. Going to the line to shoot 2 will be number 20, Henry Bolton.
Bolton doing a good job of drawing those fouls to get these easy points here as the first half comes to a close. Put a little separation on this lead.
Yeah, North Greenville doing a pretty good job at, kind of taking away from the lead a little bit. I mean, they obviously have a little bit to go, but, they're making their way back in there. So let's see, this half's about to end. So the second half, let's see if the Pacers, pick up their game a little bit to really increase that lead, or, if North Georgia does instead.
Absolutely. And Bolton 0 for 2 on that time. Not the result that Henry Bolton wanted.
And a foul.
Number 14, Darius Bell.
That's going to be on Bell.
We stroll to the other foul line for 2 shots for Ben Fuzak.
So Fuzak's going to head to the line to shoot 2. And Fuzak off the mark, shooting 42% coming into today's match.
And back on the court for the Nighthawks, number 12, Quincy Poitier. Now on the court for the Pacers, number 23, Donnell Dean.
And Fuzak knocks down the second of 2.
On the court for the Nighthawks, number 33, Lanreal Atunje.
So Lanreal Atunje comes onto the court. Dean has it for the Pacers. Donnell Dean looking for a little assistance up at the top, driving in. Beautiful finish from Donnell Dean.
No assistance needed.
Yeah, none whatsoever, and a beautiful way for the Pacers to finish the half. I mean, absolutely gorgeous shot from Donnell Dean, and the men seem to be clicking on all cylinders as things get started here. So we're going to take a break heading into halftime, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the start of the second half. And welcome back, everyone. The second half of this matchup between the USC Aiken Pacers and the North Georgia Nighthawks set to get started here. Pacers with possession. Action today presented by the South Carolina Education Lottery. Off the travel there by Donnell Dean. For South Carolina Education Lottery, where you're not only taking a chance but giving one as well. The inbound for the Nighthawks. Controlling.
Yeah, a travel call there on Donnell Dean.
Yeah, not the way the Pacers wanted to get things started here. Shimunga with it. Gets it down to Cantrell, and in the corner is Smith, and he knocks it down. Now Henry Bolton has it. Almost losing it there. Dean gets it over to Brock, over to Terry. Pump fake there. He'll bring it back out, back to Brock, back to Bolton. Brock with it again. Now Terry has it. Dean in the corner. He pulls up off the mark and rebounded. That one's going to be Fusak. Shimunga with it now. Driving in, uncontested look, and rebounded. That one's going to go to Terry. Terry bringing it down. Slowing things down, gets it to Dean, who gets it back to Terry. Pump fake again. Now to Brock, pulling up from three, off the mark and rebounded. And that's going to go off the, that's going to be a foul on Cantrell of the Nighthawks, so it'll be Pacer ball. So we'll see Tackaberry come back on for the Pacers. And the inbound to Donnell Dean. He'll carry it up. Dean with it, gets it back to Bolton. Bolton to Tackaberry in the corner. Now all the way across the court back to Donnell Dean, who drives in. No good on that one, and rebounded. That one going to Olatunji. Shimunga with it, sent packing by Henry Bolton. He thought about sending that one up the court, but decided against it. Now Tackaberry with it, gets it over to Dean, who had a wide open look if that pass would have been on the money.
Higher.
Yeah, just a little bit low from Tackaberry. Now Brock has it, thought about going for the shot there. Dean driving in to Bolton for three, knocking it down. Henry Bolton bringing the lead back to 10. And for three there, but off the mark was Cantrell. Rebounding is Fusak. Hills there, and once again stuffed, but that time, and they're going to call a jump ball. A lot of intensity on that one by Olatunji.
Yeah, Tackaberry just really getting in there this game. Not afraid to dive all over the ball, make fouls, anything like that.
Yeah, so. Absolutely. Tackaberry showing a lot of intensity, as you mentioned, a lot of hustle out there on the floor. Shimunga guarded by Dean and Hill on that play. But taking the shot will be Smith, and he'll knock down another three-pointer. His second of the half. Now over to Bolton, who shoots for three. And he knocks it down, his second of the half. So Henry Bolton says, anything you can do, I can do better, and knocks down the three-pointer for the Pacers. Ebo Smith off that time, rebounded by Brock. Driving it down, gets it to Tackaberry. Back to Henry Bolton. Over to Dean. Dean driving in. And no good on that one. Big defense there from Fusak, a much taller player. Shimunga with it, goes up against Terry, and he makes it count. So Donnell Dean has it. Over to Tackaberry. Tackaberry guarded by Olatunji. To Dean. Now to Brock. Tackaberry thought about it. Back to Dean. To Henry Bolton. Tackaberry wide open, pulls up from three, knocks it down with the follow through. So that one goes over to Fuzak. Off the mark and rebounded by Rob Hill. Moving it up, Donnell Dean has it. Now to Bolton. Over to Brock. Brock back to Dean. To Bolton for three. And just off the mark, that one going off the back iron. So Shimunga driving in on Tackaberry. Now Olatunji on Hill, and Olatunji just getting up a little bit higher on that one, getting it over Rob Hill's head. So now Dean has it. Over to Tackaberry. Back to Dean. To Bolton. Bolton for three. That one blocked by Fuzak. Over to Fuzak in the corner, guarded by Dean. And Ebo Smith for three, and he knocks it down. Pacers are going to have to keep an eye on this. The Nighthawks are slowly battling their way back into this one. It is not over yet by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, absolutely. They've definitely been answering back a whole lot more this second half.
Tackaberry for three again. Off the mark that time. But Bolton is there. Ooh, and a big collision between Bolton and Cantrell.
The foul is on number 23, Cantrell.
That's going to be on Cantrell.
And we've reached the under 16 media timeout on the floor.
And that's going to lead us into our first media timeout. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back when the action resumes. And welcome back, everyone. Pacers leading this matchup with the North Georgia Nighthawks, 46-40. The Nighthawks showing a little bit of fight here early. And it will be Pacer ball to start things. Brock heading down the court with it. He gets it over to Kyle Tackaberry, gets it right back to Dean. Dean gets it to Brock, who gets it to Milinkovic. Milinkovic to Dean. A lot of handoffs going on. Dean making the spin, driving in. Soft touch off the mark, gets his own rebound. Dribbles back out. Gets it to Brock, who has to jump for it, who gets it back to Tackaberry. Now Dean with it. Dean drives in. Soft touch. Brock tried to put it back in. Would have been a very nice play if he'd managed to get a hold of the ball. Unfortunately, just couldn't quite control it on that rebound. So now Cotter brings it back up for the Nighthawks. Gets it to Poitier. Poitier pulls up off the mark and rebounded by Milinkovic. Pacers need to generate some offense here. Dean has it. Now over to Brock. Brock making a nice move, gets it down low to Hill off the backboard. Beautiful job by Hill, and an even better pass from Faison Brock to connect that one. Shot there by Domini falls, so the Nighthawks answer right back. So Cotter pressuring. And Brock has it. He drives in, gets it over to Milinkovic, who gets it back to Dean. Dean driving in. And they're going to say he was fouled on his way up.
The foul was on
Donnell Dean heads to the line to shoot 2, 3 for 4 on the day.
Hey, if we were playing softball, that would not be a bad day at the plate.
Oh, definitely not. And he continues his nice day at the free throw line.
Number 0, Marcus Terry. Number 20, Henry Bolton.
Shooting 80% from the free throw line today. And he knocks down the second. So his good day from the charity stripe continues as Cotter brings it up for the Nighthawks. And he gets it over to Watson. Rod Watson down low to Smith. Smith driving around to Cotter. And for 3, but no good. Rebounded by Marcus Terry. Shot from Watson. And now Henry Bolton has it for the Pacers. And that's a foul on Poitier.
Number 12, Quincy Poitier. That's his second and the team's fourth.
So Marcus Terry will inbound under the basket for the Pacers. Gets it to Bolton, now to Dean. Dean back to Bolton. Guarded tight by Smith. Now Terry has it. He's going to bring it back out, trying to create some separation. Rob Hill with the pick. Gets it over to Dean. Dean driving in. Nearly uncontested until he got to Watson down low, but it didn't matter. Dean finishing through the pressure. Dean with 13 today.
Hey, that's how diamonds are made, under pressure.
Absolutely. He's doing a fantastic job under pressure today. We've seen him make quite a few of those bouncing lay-ins down low. Speaking of finishing through contact, Evo Smith.
The foul is on number 24, Robert Hill. The Pacers is first. And before we shoot free throws, a full timeout on the floor.
So we've got a full media timeout. We'll take a break and be back in about a minute. And welcome back, everyone. Today's basketball action between the North Georgia Nighthawks and the USC Aiken Pacers, presented by Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. For all your insurance needs, be sure to go check out Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. Evo Smith knocking down those free throws. Face on Brock, bringing it up the court now. Now Bolton has it. Bolton driving in around the pressure, and a beautiful lay-in off the top of the backboard. Really high shot. Wasn't sure that one was going to go in, but Bolton finishing strong as always. Cotter bringing it up quickly. Gets it over to Watson. Watson for 3 and knocks it down. Speaking of high shots, that was a very high arcing shot for 3 from Watson there. Nice form on that. Pacers bringing it down with some urgency. Gets it over to Terry. Back to Brock. Brock kicking it back to Terry. Terry thought about going for it, and he's going to go for it now. Knocking it down. Beautiful shot from Marcus Terry. It's almost like he waited for Smith to get a little pressure on him. He felt a little bit comfortable shooting with pressure. Smith with it. He takes the shot. Off the mark that time, and Hill is there to make the rebound. He gets it to Henry Bolton. Henry Bolton over to Terry. Terry for three from the corner, off the mark. Hill fighting for it. And that's going to end up being Pacer ball off the hands of Watson.
A great job there by Rob Hill to really fight for that ball there, but, you know, to be smart when he sees that's going out of bounds, just lay off of it.
Absolutely.
You know, let them make the mistakes. Rob Hill is doing a great job defensively for the Pacers.
Oh, yeah. And Darius Bell there gets it over to Terry. Now Bolton thought about that one, quickly realized that Fusak was way too close. Bolton driving around, sends it across the court to Brock, but Brock unable to react to it, came in a little too tight. So Cotter will bring it up now. Taking the shot is Watson, not to fall that time, and Brock going up way high in the air to get that one. Now Dean has it, gets it over to Bolton. Back to Dean. And Bell unable to handle that one. Unfortunate, that would have been a great look down low for him. Wide open pass to Fusak. Bolton there to prevent the shot from going in, or from going up rather. Now Ballinger there to guard Cotter. Now Brock guarding, but Domini absolutely draining that one. Ballinger gets it over to Bolton. Now Brock has it, gets it back out to Bolton for three. Oh man, rimming that one out. A beautiful shot though by Bolton. And that's gonna be a foul on Terry, and Cotter able to finish through the contact, so he'll head to the line to shoot for the opportunity for a three-point play.
Marcus Terry gets his second. It's the team second. Coming in the game is number 21, Ephraim Shimongo. And at the line for the three-point play, Alan Cotter. Also checking in the Pacer lineup, Austin Grimes.
Cotter putting it up, and he knocks it down, completing the three-point play. Now within four are the Nighthawks. Pacers need to get things started up here, finish strong. Had a big lead built up at one point, and that is slowly dissipated. Terry backing things up, getting a little bit of separation, gets it back over to Ballinger. Now Bolton has it back to Ballinger. Ballinger gets it back to Bolton. Bolton driving in to Ballinger. Taking the shot off the mark, rebounded by Domini. Now Fusak gets it down low to Watson. Now Shimonga has it. Watson over to Fusak. Fusak for three, and he knocks it down. The Nighthawks are within one now.
And this is not what the Pacers want this late in the game here. They do not want their lead going away like it has.
Yeah, absolutely. Came into this half with a 10-point lead, and now that has been reduced to one. That's going to be a full media timeout, so we'll take a break and be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. 57-56 in favor of the Pacers, and the Pacers need to get things rolling offensively here and build this lead back up. 8 minutes remaining. This is still anyone's basketball game. Down low to Bell. Bell finishing through the contact and making the basket. Great job by Bell for his first points of the match. Terry guarding Domini. Domini off the mark, but they're going to call a foul on Terry, and he's not happy about it.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 0, Marcus Terry. His third, the team's third. And before we shoot free throws, another full timeout on the
And that's
floor.
another full timeout taken, so we'll take a break and be right back. And welcome back, everyone. We start things out at the free throw line. Tyler Domini shooting 2. Off the mark. And he'll sink 1 of 2. So Grimes has it, gets it over to Terry. Terry with it, gets it back to Dean. Back over to Terry. Terry thought about it. He's gonna move around, back to Dean. Gets it down to Ballinger. Ballinger losing control. And Sheminga's on a break, but guarded by Ballinger. But he'll finish. That's gonna tie things up at 59 apiece. So the Pacers really need to get their offense figured out here. And it's taken away once again. Cotter had an open lane to the basket, but the Pacers were able to get back in time. Marcus Terry with it, or excuse me, Sheminga with it now. He was guarded by Terry. Watson off the mark. And it's off a Pacer, and it will remain Nighthawk ball.
And shift change for the Pacers, Henry Bolton, Robert Hill, Val Tackenberry, and face on Brock.
Now coming on is Brock, Bolton, Hill, and Tackenberry for the Pacers. And Watson again from 3, off the mark once again. Bolton has it. Gets it down to Hill. Hill shotguns it over to Dean, who gets it to Tackenberry in the corner. Back to Dean. Dean from the corner. Knocks it down. 3-point basket good from Donnell Dean.
And that's exactly what we needed to see right there. We desperately needed those 3 points. So let's see if we can keep that up. You know, get a streak going of shots.
Absolutely. It was a huge answer from Donnell Dean and a good way to get the team back into the game, focus things up. So we're going to take a break after the timeout, and we'll be right back. we're back. Jordan Phillips alongside Kristen Lowry calling the action. Tyler Dominy to inbound for the Nighthawks. And bringing it up will be Sheminga.
And I believe North Georgia put Ebo Smith right back in the game, and he's been a pretty big player for them offensively this game with 13 points so far.
Yeah, he definitely has. He started that run early in the second half with that clutch three-pointers, as we see Sheminga just carving through the Pacer defense to make that easy lay-in. So Brock has it over to Dean. Pass broken up by Watson, but out of bounds off of his hand. Now Dean has it. And Dean kicks it over to Tackerberry, back to Brock. Brock back to Tackerberry, who thought about going for three, but reconsidered. Now Brock has it. Brock driving through, gets it down low to Hill, and Hill knocks it down under the basket.
I mean, he just makes things happen under that basket. He's an excellent player.
He's a big physical presence down there, and it's really hard to guard him no matter how big you are as well. Bolton maintaining possession. Gets it over to Brock. Brock back to Dean. Over to Bolton. Bolton, the pass is stolen, and that's going to be a foul on Henry Bolton.
Foul is on the Pacers, number 20, Henry Bolton. His second, the team's fourth.
An inbound pass from Dominy over to Sheminga. Tackerberry again with the feisty defense down low, and Watson able to finish behind the back of Rob Terry. Rob Hill, excuse me. Getting my players mixed up here.
It's all good.
Happens to the best of us, right?
Absolutely.
So Dean's got it. He gets it over to Brock. Down to the corner. Henry Bolton pulling up with pressure in front of him. No good. Rebounded by Sheminga. Ill-advised shot there from Henry Bolton. And Fuzak off the
in and
mark.
out.
Big break for the Pacers there. They need to answer offensively here. Into the corner, Kyle Tackerberry off the mark big time, but rebounded. Tackerberry finishing, and it's going to be a foul on Kyle Tackerberry. They're going to call it on, it's going to be called on Watson.
Excellent job there by following your rebound.
Tackerberry sinking the first of two. That's a big shot there. Off the mark and rebounded that time by Smith. So 1 for 2 from Tackerberry. Now Sheminga driving in. Nice job by Hill, rejecting that shot, but out of bounds. And that's going to result in a full media timeout, so we'll take a break and we'll be back shortly. And welcome back, everyone. 65-63 your score here. Really going down to the wire. 3 minutes, 53 seconds remaining. Shemenga will head to the free throw line for the Nighthawks. Or excuse me, no, he'll just stand there for the inbound pass.
Yeah, I was about to say.
And Watson draining the three to take the lead for what I believe is the first time in the game for the Nighthawks.
Absolutely.
So Bolton trying to answer quickly, and he'll lose control of the ball, and then we'll go right back to the Nighthawks.
And I think that's a drive right there the Pacers really need to be a little bit smarter about. I mean, he just tried to drive through 4 defenders to get, you know, an easy layup shot. And I think you really need to be smart at this point in the game. I mean, it's a very close game. There's only a little under 4 minutes left. Like, you have to play very smart here.
Yeah, definitely an ill-advised attempt there by Bolton. I respect what he was trying to do, but unfortunately just not the time to do it at that point. No need to try and win it all here. You just need to get the lead back. Play smart basketball. So Bell guarding Watson. Shemenga driving in, and he'll finish strong, and it's going to be a three-point opportunity for Shemenga.
Foul is on the Pacers number 2, face on Brock. That's his third. Checking the line will be number 10, Colin Cotter. And Shemenga at the line for the three-point play.
Four-point lead with 3 minutes and 25 seconds remaining. This is not the second half the Pacers were hoping to have.
No, it definitely wasn't. They're definitely going to need to score some points here if they're going to, you know, want to turn this thing around and get their lead back.
Absolutely. They have to be smart with the basketball, get things done. I mean, they're passing out to Brock, who shoots a 3 off the mark and rebounded by Watson. I mean, that's not what they need to be doing right here. They're trying to win the game all with one shot, and it's not working at the moment. And Watson knocks down another three-pointer. I mean, they try to win it all, and I mean, it's what got them here was taking these easy shots inside, being smart with the basketball, and unfortunately now they're trying to put up these three-pointers to win everything now, and it's kind of coming back to haunt them a little bit.
Absolutely.
So Dean driving in there, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot too.
I think it's crucial that at this point in time the Pacers remember that what got them that lead that they had was breaking down North Georgia's defense and really penetrating the interior part of their defense to, you know, get those high percentage shots in. And they're just not doing that anymore, like you just said.
Absolutely, and these are 2 crucial free throws here for Donnell Dean. And he'll knock down the first.
Substituting for Pacers number 1, Austin Grimes.
And, you know, a lot of teams actually, that happens to them. You know, they get down, you know, late in the game and they feel pressured to, you know, take these big shots and everything. But really, a team just needs to stay grounded and stick to their roots, stick to what they've been doing the whole game that's been working for them, and just bring it back, you know.
Especially when that style had gotten them such a big lead in the first place.
Absolutely. Very lucky, unintentional pass to their own player there. Yeah,
and Brock, good hustle there by Brock to get the ball back. It's time to get things started here for the Pacers. Marcus Terry driving in. Beautiful drive by Terry, an open lane to the basket, and he made them pay for it. Great job by Terry.
That right there is what we need. We need those high percentage shots being taken right there. We don't need any extravagant points to be made right now to win this ball game.
And Terry saw the lane there. He saw the defense spread out, and he made the play happen. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be a foul called against Austin Grimes.
On the Pacers, number 1, Austin Grimes, his first, the team's 6th.
Thankfully, that foul did not result in any free throws. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Shemenga will inbound, and he gets it over to Watson, who's really come alive here in the second half. And he drives in, and it's going to be a foul.
The foul is on the Pacers number 0, Marcus Terry.
So that's a foul on Marcus Terry.
At the line shooting 2 is Karan Watson.
Watson, a 60% free throw shooter. He'll knock that one down.
It's over. Play.
Off the mark there and rebounded by Grimes. Lucky break for the Pacers. Nice pass to Brock. Gets it back to Dean. Dean driving in over the much larger player in Watson, but he finishes strong. Now the Pacers are starting to slow things down and play their style. And they have to play tough defense here and get the ball back.
That's right, and seeing the lane like that is really what's going to win the game for the Pacers here.
Absolutely. So Grimes has it. Driving in is Shimunga. And another foul going to be called on the Pacers.
I believe that one is going to be on number 2, Faison Brock.
You're right, and that's his 4th foul. Both he and Marcus Terry, both with 4 fouls.
Going to the line for 1-1, Ephraim Shimunga.
Shimunga 3 for 4 from the line today. He'll sink the first.
We've got 1:29 left in regulation after this shot here.
He's off the mark and rebounded by Brock.
A lucky break there for the Pacers.
Terry with it now. Gets it over to Bolton. Now Grimes has it to Dean. Dean driving in. Stop. But Bolton is there. And unfortunately for Bolton, tried to pull up for 3, but blocked by Domini.
Substituted back in for the Nighthawks, number 24, Whitney Smith.
And that right there hurts a little bit.
It definitely does.
For the Pacers, Kyle Tackerberry.
So Kyle Tackerberry comes back onto the floor for the Pacers, and he'll come on for Marcus Terry. Nice pass there to Shimunga. Tackerberry guarding Shimunga.
1 minute left in regulation. 1 minute.
Down to Watson, who gets it back to Domini. Domini goes around. Off the mark, rebounded by Brock.
A lucky break there for the Pacers. We really need to score some points here.
Absolutely.
47 seconds left in regulation.
Great defense there from Brock. Dean gets it back out to Brock. Kicks it over to Dean. Tackerberry wide open 3-pointer off the mark. But rebounded by Donnell Dean, who gets it over to Bolton. Bolton for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by Grimes. Grimes off the mark again, but again rebounded by the Pacers. This time for Brock. Brock is off the mark. And finally, it's a jump ball. It's going to go the way of the Pacers. 19.9 seconds remaining.
I don't know if everyone watching was as stressed as I was just now, but I was definitely death gripping the table.
Yeah, that was a high-pressure situation.
We have a full timeout.
And that's going to be a full timeout on the court, so Kristen and I are going to go catch our breath, and we'll be right back with you in about a minute. And welcome back, everyone. High pressure situation, 19.9 seconds remaining. The Pacers down by 3 after being up big all game. Dean to Terry. Terry dribbling around, pulls up, knocks it down. So Terry brings it in within one, and that's going to be another 30-second timeout. So we'll take a break and be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Expect tight defense from the Pacers here, trying to force a turnover with 15 seconds remaining. Down by 1 to the Nighthawks, and if not a turnover, expect an immediate foul. And there is that immediate foul, that one going on Bolton.
Foul is on the Pacers, Henry Bolton. That's his third, it's the team's 9th.
So regardless of these two free throws here, the Pacers will be within 1 possession, so they can tie the game or take the lead unless he makes both. And they won't be able to take the lead, but they will be able to tie it no matter what happens here with 1 shot.
Yikes! My heart rate is increasing.
Yeah, I'm not okay right now. This is a lot closer now.
Stressed.
See Terry backing down for the long pass if needed. And Shimunga off the mark, rebounded by Brock.
And here all we need is a layup.
Dean's got it. And a foul on Donnell Dean. He will head to the line to shoot 2 with 7.9 seconds remaining.
Woo! Still stressed.
Here we go.
Second to team 7, and Donnell Dean to the line for 2.
So we'll have another timeout taken.
I mean, this is just intense.
It is. It's very intense. It's a very intense situation that you have to think here. If Donnell Dean makes both of these free throws, the Pacers are up by 1, but that gives the Nighthawks 7.9 seconds to get down the court and make something happen. That is I mean, this is not going to get any easier.
No, it isn't, but I have complete faith that if Donnell Dean makes these 2 points, then the Pacers defense will last 7.9 seconds
Absolutely.
to win this ball game.
I have 100% confidence in them as well, but this is not going to get the stress in this situation.
Oh,
is not going to alleviate.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping the stress until that buzzer goes to 0.
I mean, even if Dean makes only 1 of these free throws, they're still tied, and I mean that's still a high pressure situation. No matter what happens here, the Pacers defense is going to have to hold strong.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And since it's a shooting foul, Dean gets a guaranteed 2 shots. And Dean sinks the first, so we have a tie ball game. 7.9 seconds remain. Dean's got a big smile on his face. Doesn't seem to be feeling any pressure right now.
I think that's because I'm feeling all the pressure for him. I'm not going to lie.
I have to agree.
Oh.
And he's off the mark, and it's rebounded by the Nighthawks.
And here's where we need to see pristine defense from the Pacers.
Shimunga drains it as time expires. Oh, man, that hurts. Shimunga with a beautiful fadeaway jumper from the free throw line as time expired to give the Nighthawks the win.
Wow.
And that's unfortunate because that shot was well defended. It was just a beautiful shot from Chemanga, who had a fantastic game for the Nighthawks. Finished the game with 17 points. I mean, what a day for Ephraim Chemanga. And the Pacers, just a heartbreaking loss here at home. Just absolutely devastating. Had a big lead early, and just costly mistakes led to them losing that lead, and then got it back there at the end and tied the game, only to fall 76-74 to the North Georgia Nighthawks. It hurts, but the guys will have to rebuild, and they'll have to get things started for their next matchup.
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
All right, so for Kristen Lowry, I'm Jordan Phillips. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.